My name is Shin Mizukoshi, a professor of the media studies in the University of Tokyo. And I am now belonging to a graduate school. The name is very strange one, the Interfaculty Initiative in Information Studies. Roughly speaking, after World War II, Japan's media landscape consists of a very rigid and elaborative and systematic mass media system, which I called 1955 regime in mass media. And it was very successful to make a nationwide feeling of Japaneseness. We are Japanese and integrated people each other. And they do a very nice entertainment and journalism for many decades. But surrounding situation has been changing. And 5 years ago, Japan suffered a big earthquake and tsunami and the Fukushima nuke incident. And that is not only a disaster, natural disaster, but it's a kind of social and cultural disaster. And that kind of thing is a symbolic changing point for Japanese people to perceive what the mass media in Japan is, or what the mass media or journalism should be. And today's government is very conservative and right-wing and long-term one. And so these kind of things make a big symptom of changing, but still it's the regime has been surviving. That's today's situation. But as an industry, the newspaper or journalism is still richly stable compared to other countries. And but of course there are many kind of the counterattack from the digital areas or the small news companies generated like a mushroom. And there is a kind of negotiation process now. But still, generally speaking, Japanese situation is behind compared to Korea or Taiwan in those ways. And my thinking is that why should we keep the very Tokyo-centric, highly modernized society, or connecting, refer to the such kind of diversified, very, old, situation, and connecting, referring to that, and using the digitality or globalization to make the Japanese ecosystem more diversified one. And for that, there are many researches. One is that try to investigate the kind of the alternative journalism in Japan, local or community papers, or not only against the nationwide powers, but thinking about the village people's aging or racism in the small villages or so. I have been facilitating and designing and facilitating workshop. It's with a university students, very diversified majors, and the industries people and the journalists get together for 2 weeks or so and think about if there were no Apple iPhone, what happened in the media landscape in 2016 in Japan? It's like a sci-fi, para-world or something like that. But without the existence of the small Plato-like smartphone, what happened to our media ecosystem? And thinking about that with a group activity is a very important incubation opportunity for people to think about the alternative media ecosystem. So we are doing this kind of a very artistic or experimental workshop to rehabilitate our thinking about our very taking for granted media ecosystem. And the other thing is that from my understanding, there is a big gap between the professional and non-professional in Japan's society. Professional politician and the layperson, or professional industries people and the consumer and the user, and professional journalist and general readers, the audience. And there is a disbelief each other. And that kind of the framing are happening frequently in the SNS and so on. And what we need is making a staircase or bridges between the professional and non-professional. And this must be a kind of the journalist education and also a kind of the lifelong media literacy programs. And we are doing theoretical studies and also very practical studies, trying to collaborate with our interdisciplinary students and faculty staff and the industry people and journalists to develop such kind of the bridging, making the staircase like projects. That's what I am now going on.